Hello and welcome back to the lab. My name is Chris K, and this is episode 2 of the full stack design process of the TODO app. Um, and we're in the research phase. Uh, now, for this video, I wanted to go over some objectives for this phase and hammer this out. At the end, I'm hoping that I can produce a problem statement that's going to help with the research. The goals will be for this phase defining the scope of the project and what kind of research deliverables I'll be using. Also, to gain some uh, knowledge on industry trends and best practices. I think we also want to get a sense of who this product is for, and we're going to lay down some core functionality of the app. I have this research template. Well, it's a Notion template that I purchased, very cheap, $2. UX research plan, and we got the project name here. And this research plan template has all the sections we'll need for outlining the scope of our research. I've started filling out most of these sections, like for instance, the research goals. We want to understand the end-to-end journey of how and why participants use to-do apps. What kind of content people put in these to-do apps, and establish the core functionality and in any additional features. Identify problems in to-do and note apps. Understanding, so for the objectives of the research also is to understand the journey, the user's journey for designing a new to-do app and note maker, to-do or a note maker app. I'm going to explain a little bit why, like that, these terminology, the difference in the terms here. And the whole point of this is to get a pathway to a feasible minimal viable product. The research methods, well, it's going to be a combination of online secondary research and perhaps, depending on how this goes, like maybe all I'll need to do is online research. But it would be nice to get some primary research. So maybe I might be doing some surveys, and I got an interview script here. It came with a template, and that possibly doing 1 or 2 user interviews. At the end of this video, I want to be able to have a problem statement, which is going to go in this section, the background section. Um, uh, Usually, when, from what I hear, when designers are presented with the problems, usually from the stakeholders, maybe some users, but we don't have like a project where we're being hired. Since we don't have that kind of process or workflow, we're gonna do like online research just to get a sense of what some of the problems are with to-do apps. So we're gonna look on maybe Reddit or Quora, and I find that these are really great resources for getting ideas. I just want to mention about this template. You don't have to use this template. Like there's so many templates. You can even write your own. And I have here, I'm going to leave a link of this to this article from Medium, but it's by Odette Jansen, who is a UX researcher, and she wrote this article, and she's just mentioning that about her UX research process and the templates that she made, and you can have access to them. They're free. Shout out to Odette Jansen for that. And of course, you can buy her a cup of coffee for doing all this work, compiling or making these templates on Notion. And you got a whole bunch of stuff here. You got literature review, stakeholder kickoff, meeting template, research plan template, value proposition workshop. I've used some of these templates for previous projects. So like it's got a lot, like a lot of things. So I'll leave a link of that in the description. One thing I want to mention is about the scope of the project. I've been kind of wrestling with defining the what type of app this is, a to-do app or a note-making app. I mean, I think those two things are intertwined. But usually note-making apps such as Notion, they do have a to-do list feature. So like, I mean, you could make a to-do app, which there are plenty. Like Todoist is one of them. But I just don't think that's as interesting. Like so I don't know like if this is gonna work out, but I'm I might just extend the scope of the project and make it more of a note making app. Of course, you can have to do features, but we'll see and go through the research. So I just want to take you through the process of what I have tried to do to get some issues, just to list some problems about to-do apps, or in this case, note-making apps. And I just Googled some problems with to-do apps, and I looked at some people here on Quora and Reddit. I think are kind of good places for like looking at people talking about different topics, and you got some interesting comments. Some people say it's not simple enough, though keep in mind some of these comments are really old. I've tried almost all the to-do apps in the market: Anydo, Clear, Wunderlist, Evernote, etc. You name it. Not simple enough. To-do apps cannot give me the fantastic feeling of accomplishing something. To-do apps cannot really help us to accomplish things. Last but not least, okay, yeah, all right. Got some more here, and I had stumbled across some of these articles, and I thought that they were kind of interesting. They had some like interesting points to say. I mean, some comments are a little pithy, but I mean, that's to be expected. But we got someone here who wrote this article on LinkedIn, entrepreneur. Too many big projects, forgotten tasks, rigid layout. They're just task management tools. Wants a second brain. Wants a notes app to reflect the progress he's made on tasks. He uses Excalidraw, and you can see his workflow and content, how he's populated with like a calendar view with diagrams. I've collected some of these insights from this basic search. I put this into a page itself, some problems for our problem statement, and got all the bullet points here. Okay, so we have the updated UX research plan, and we got our problem statement. Users are frustrated with note-taking apps that have rigid layouts, are visually unappealing, and too cluttered and long for a more flexible solution. And we go into the solution so far. Like, I just want to have this as a kind of direction of what, like, where we want to go. Some online research already conducted suggests that people like minimally designed apps. Our app is going to be using a whiteboard tailored to creatives such as ourselves. Note apps that are mostly text based, such as Obsidian Logseek, have begun to implement infinite canvas whiteboard with drag and drop features. This market of users for purposes of this research, we will call doodlers. These are users who prefer more visual system for their personal knowledge management. So they love diagramming. Research insights will be collected through a combination of videos, articles, and user interviews and surveys. And we got the research goals and objectives, establish core functionality, any additional features, identify problems in to-do note apps, understanding the user's journey in designing a new to-do and note anchor app. Remember, we are trying to get to a feasible and viable minimum viable product. I had to outline this here. Key assumption: a subset of the population would prefer to use a more visual system. And I added in here a target market who are the users for anyone that needs to present information, like teachers, creators, researchers, and for anyone who like a brainstorming tool. So maybe like thinking of like for brainstorming and also storing, recording, collection, and surveys, user interviews. Have to see how this goes. If I have enough time to put up these user or make a user interview template. Like I have this interview script, but it's pretty bare, and I gotta kind of tailor it to this particular research project. Yeah, my plans are really just to kind of release a video every week, and that goes through the design process and the development process of building an app. So, yeah, this would be the research phase. I don't think we're completely done with this phase. I'll probably have to make another episode to continue with doing the surveys or user interviews. And we'll see. I think it's pretty much condensed at this point. But I will condense these videos. I won't make them like draw out unnecessarily. Okay, that's it. Thanks for joining, and see you in the next video.